Hey, good morning. This is Greg Gloria, AK Social Greg on Twitter for the Nerdstalker Media Network, and welcome to another Nerdstalker interview. Today we speak with Enon Landenberg of sFBI. Now, in the United States that's something else, but this is called Small Factory, Big Ideas. And he's going to talk a little bit about human-centered innovation, which I think is an interesting topic. It's something that's kind of dear to my heart since I do a lot of mentoring, and we talk about this with a lot of my startups. So sFBI is a venture with exceptional people that starts and stops at human-centered innovation, which is kind of interesting. Again, a little about Enon. He has over 15 years of experience ranging from education, marketing, to even augmented reality, believe it or not. So a pretty interesting background. So anyway, good morning, Enon, or good evening, Enon. Thanks for joining us on Nerdstalker live from Israel, kind of north of Tel Aviv, right?
Yeah, good evening, good morning. Thank you for having me.
We're gonna have some.
Having me and my bear here in the back.
Yeah, that was interesting. We were talking offline. So you have a picture of your family on that bear, huh?
Sure. Everyone needs a picture of his family on a T-shirt on a bear in his office. If you don't have one, you're doing something wrong if you don't have one.
Well,
here's my family, my wife and my 3 kids on a T-shirt on my pink bear in my office.
Usually we have a picture on our desk, so this is pretty unique. I like it. It's on your bear, so this is good.
Sure, desk is normal. You have to do things different.
I love it, and that's what we're going to talk about: innovation, right? So, is there something is there something I left out about you that you want to tell the Nerdstalker audience?
I did a TEDx talk about nothing. I think it's interesting. I can send you the link later of TEDx Enon Landenberg talk about nothing. That nothing is a very important thing, So, in my spare time, I'm building a spaceship. This can be interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm part of the Israeli team competing in the mission. We're called Space IM. And we are actually the only team in the competition that is a non-profit, and we joined the competition to motivate young people in Israel to study science and technology. As you know from San Francisco, everyone wants to study how to make money, but in the end, you need people to build things so other people can make money. And we are trying to motivate young people to study science and technology. Till now, we met almost 100,000 kids, telling them the story of building a spaceship. We raised about $50 million from donations to build a spaceship. 50 million, 5000000. And it's a lot of fun. So this is what I'm doing on my spare time. What are you doing on your spare time?
I'm busy, but not busy like you are.
Right.
I give back to the community of Japantown. So, but it's not rocket science. But anyway,
you can fit our house and the way we walk in our house, because we all have a sFBI home, a house. Slippers, this is how we walk at home, or our office, we call it home. So
nice.
So
I love it.
I promise when you come to visit us here in Israel, you will get a pair.
Okay, thank you. SBI slippers, I love it. So let's talk about sFBI. I looked at the website, and Nicole, your publicist, was talking to me a little bit about this, but you're branded as a place where startups can grow, and in this day and age, we traditionally call it accelerators, co-working spaces, incubators, but you purposely stayed away from those words. So, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. We stayed away from it because it's something different than what we are doing here. We are not an incubator. We are not a hub. We are actually building our own startups. So we are working in a quite opposite way than other startups are working. All my life, I worked in the field of B2C. And as you know B2C very well, B2C is business to credit card.
Okay. Yes.
Honestly, they don't give a damn about us. You know, they only want another $10 a month. And the point of view of the companies that work in B2C is normally from the point of view of how to get more money from the consumer. We developed the opposite way of thinking. We are working in a field we call B2H. B2H is business to human. And in the field of business to human, we are looking for real needs you have, for something that will make you happier, something that will solve a problem you have, something that will help kids in doing all kinds of things. And once we find a problem in a human point of view, we develop a conceptual solution for the problem. Then we developed a go-to-market plan before we invested anything in developing the solution. We know how we're going to put the product in the market, the product, the service, whatever, and we know how we're going to distribute it. And once we have a good go-to-market plan, we develop a financial plan. So we know how we're going to fund it on the short, mid, and long term. Who are we going to sell this venture to? Once we are done with all these four steps, and we know how to take the problem, market the solution, and make money out of it, we sit with our top advisor. His name is Jack Daniels. I don't know if you met him in the past. Sometimes he comes with Johnny Walker. And we're sitting together with both of them, Jack Daniels and Johnny Walker, in our backyard in the office, and deciding if this venture can be really profitable. Once we came to an understanding that this venture can be a success, we recruit the best expert in the field of this venture, and we recruit a team, and we start a venture. Now, this venture has the support of sFBI, which I will tell you shortly about the support they get from sFBI. We raise funds directly into the venture. sFBI acts like a founder of the venture. And then we start developing the venture. So till now, we are young. We are operating a few months. We developed already two ventures. The first one we are going to launch in something like a month. We call it Pulse Play. The second one we are going to launch in something like 3.5, 4 months. We call it Alertings. Our plan is to build 5 ventures in the coming year. So we are on track, even a little bit in front of track. In sFBI, what we have in our core team, we have 8 geniuses. I'm not part of them, I'm the 9th. We have 8 geniuses. 8 geniuses in every field we think we need a genius in. So we have one for marketing, we have one for product, we have one for design, we have one for creative, we have one for business development, we have one for software, we have one for hardware. And our geniuses are people that their average age is 38. They are all well experienced. They are all people that already failed very dramatically in their life. They are all people that already succeeded in corporates, in startups. They have a track record, and you know, someone else paid their study on how to fail. And we have this group of geniuses that each one of them is an expert in his field, and they're sitting together and looking for the problems and then developing the solutions. So this is the way we work here, and I think that one of the most important things for us, as I'm 42, I'm really old. I'm old, 42 years old, and and one of the things you learn with over the years is that my wife is calling me now. You see, I'm okay. So so one of the things we learned. 1 minute, I'll tell my wife that I'm on an interview and I can't speak now, or we'll go on with the live interview. So,
whatever you want to do, Enon.
One of the things you learn is that you don't know everything. And it's a big shock, because the young entrepreneurs are sure they know everything. I know it because I was a young entrepreneur. And I was shocked when I didn't know everything. So I was amazed. And now I know I don't know everything. So we build ourselves a group of supporters around us. Instead of building a normal board of directors, we build a board of ninjas, which are high-level experts in all kinds of fields. We build a very strong marketing approach because we understood that this is one of the biggest problems of launching technologies. We don't come from the point of view of the technology. We are coming from the point of view of the human need. So we are coming from the opposite point of view. Now, the big plan we have is based on a very simple thing. To higher the risks of success. You have a bucket. In this bucket, you have 1 ball for succeeding and 99 balls for failing. We are trying to eliminate as much balls of failure that we can in the process. And we are doing it in a lot of levels, starting with the way we reach the idea or the solution from the problem, going through the team that is working on the solution, going through the marketing, going through what we're doing on the path that will lower the risks to fail. And if you take enough failure balls out of the bucket, the amount of succeeding balls, which is 1, will be in a higher percentage. And this is what we're trying to do here.
Wow. Okay. That's incredible. I mean, I haven't. It's such a fresh approach because I like what you said earlier about the B2C, it's business to credit card. That's pretty hilarious. But you gave me you kind of gave me a quick insight of what you mean by business to human. But why don't you give us a tour of your office, because I think it's very unique, and these guys, the audience, they're north of Tel Aviv. They're actually not in Tel Aviv, and that's the kind of the other uniqueness about it. But yeah, if you have some time, if you give us a little tour, the Nerd Stalker audience would love it.
Let's do it. I just want to tell you, we're sitting about 5 minutes out of Herzliya, which is about 15 minutes from Tel Aviv, in the countryside, in the middle of a farm. Instead of sitting in all these cement buildings, which I think it's not a place for humans, we're sitting in a house. We took a house, quite a big house with 2 stories, with a huge garden around our building, and this is where we sit, and this is where we develop, and this is where we think. So let's start. Right. I'm moving to the other computer. Okay.
Yeah, we got you online. Hold on a sec. Let me unmute you. Hold on a sec. For some reason, I can't hear you. Hold on a sec.
Now you can. Now you can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where we work. It's just our rooms. We have a lot of rooms like this where we develop our projects. This is the Pulse room. Everyone in the sFBI house has an sFBI jacket, of course.
Of course.
1 minute, we have also a badge on our jacket.
You're really playing that FBI thing.
Every company needs it. This is our prototyping room. Here we build the prototypes. Okay, here we build the
Wow, this is a regular
prototypes.
house, guys.
Yeah, introducing our cube called
Oh,
Trio. Here it is. Ooh.
ooh,
Okay.
you got a red circle in there. Okay.
It's a red O.
A red
Okay.
O. Okay. Sorry, not a red circle, but a red O. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So here you can see our boardroom. This is where we make our meetings. It's actually the living room of the house, which we
Wow.
transformed it into our meeting room.
You like
And
red, huh?
you noticed. Hey, you
Oh,
can see me live now on the
there's some.
interview.
Are these a couple geniuses you have in here?
Yeah, it's two geniuses. You see, this is our COO. It's Yoget, and you can see here Marnie. Is Marnie? Is our
Hey,
biz
Marty.
dev.
Nice.
She for some reason they moved from the United States to Israel. I don't know why.
You know.
I
It,
don't know why. Yeah. So this is where we do those. It's in the kitchen like a normal house.
nice.
Let's go out.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
go
do it.
out. Let's go
Let's
out.
go out, man.
Okay. We're going out. It's evening here, so let's see what you can see here from our huge garden. Yeah, and this is where we train on ping pong. So
every
yeah, we
every startup
grow.
needs a ping pong table.
Yeah, and a beech tree and a mango tree. Here is a mango tree and a olive tree, and yeah,
Wow.
we grow all kind of things here. Yeah,
Oh
so
my
this
God.
this is actually how we work.
So you don't you only grow
Here,
companies. You grow fruits.
this is Keshet.
Hi,
Hey,
nice to meet you.
another genius, huh?
Yeah, you see, this is how we work. Of course, we have a jukebox. Every house needs a jukebox. Of course, this is our jukebox. Okay.
Nice. What do you guys play?
Okay. I, I'm a big fan of Bruce Springsteen, so apparently they have to listen to Bruce
Nice.
Springsteen all day
The
long.
the boss. The boss. I love
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
Wow. Wow. So this is a two-story house, right?
Yeah, yeah. We have here another big space where we build all kind of hardware in our lab. So, all right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh,
So, yes, he's switching over here. So, once he gets ready, he'll unmute himself, and then there he is. Thank you. Wow, that was cool. Thank you for the tour. Now I really understand what you mean by human-centered design.
Yeah, I think you know, from my point of view, you don't need to be a sheep in order to be a good shepherd.
Interesting.
But if you were a sheep before you became a shepherd, you are definitely going to be a better shepherd. We can't talk
Very true.
about a human approach. We can't talk about social engagement without doing it ourselves first. And we can't talk about the solutions we are developing without testing them ourselves and see they really work. So we are all around this human point of view for everything, and the deep human understanding, and not developing anything for the sake of developing technology. Technology should solve a problem. It's not the purpose. So
Interesting.
For us, it's really rational, and this is actually how we operate. This is how
Wow.
we pick our team. This is how we choose the people that join us. We are now about 15 people working together, 9 on sFBI, you know, eight geniuses and myself, and the rest are on the 2 ventures we already are running. Soon we are going to be a little bit more.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, well, we'd love to cover those ventures as you launch them because I think there's a lot of good stuff coming out of Israel there, Enon.
Pleasure.
So,
The first one actually is going to be launched really soon in next month. We are going to launch it on a Kickstarter campaign
okay,
for a marketing purpose.
that's great.
To be do you play tennis, squash, badminton?
Tennis, yes.
Tennis. When you play amateur tennis, you have a small problem. You don't remember the score during the game. You all the time fight with the other the other player. It was 15, 30. It was my serves, you serve. So we developed a small wearable that you wear when you're playing, and it actually follows the score and builds a social engagement around the tennis game with something dramatic, which is the first ranking system for amateur players. So suddenly you can know if you are better than your friend. And if your friend is on a business trip, you can find someone else to play with that is about your level. When you come to visit us in Israel, we can find you a player that is in your level. Because you don't like to play with players that are much better or much worse than you. And for this project, this venture, we have Andy Ram as a CEO of the venture. Andy Ram is the best ever tennis player, Israeli tennis player. He won 3 Grand Slams in couples. And it's amazing to see how he's running this venture from the professional field of tennis. He moved into technology. And I think it's an amazing thing. It's amazing to see how this amazing guy changed his career from a professional tennis player to a professional tech guy. For me, it's amazing. Wow. And I'm sure it's going to be a big success because it really solves a problem that the amateur players have.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for the time here, Enon. It's incredible. I love your space there. But let's close off the interview. And how can people get a hold of you and learn more about sFBI?
Actually, I'm very very accessible. I'm Enon L everywhere. ENONL on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Skype. I'm everywhere. Enon L. sFBI is our website is s-fbi.com. We are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, sFBI-ventures. We are on Instagram, we are all over. So we are not sFBI.com because sFBI.com is the San Francisco Baking Institute.
Yeah.
We are not a baking institute. We don't bake, we eat. But we are s-fbi.com.
Okay. Well, anyway, thanks again. I appreciate it. Anyway, that was a fun interview, and I appreciate it. That was Enon Landenberg of sFBI, Small Factory, Big Ideas, presenting a different development model for startups in Israel and really around the world, quite frankly. He'll take anybody, I think. So anyway, this is Greg Gloria, a.k.a. Social Greg, on Twitter for the Nerd Stalker Media Network, where we believe in tech, design, startups, and you. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and be careful out there. Thanks again, Enon. I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Have a very good day. And you are always invited to visit us in Israel.
I think I might be coming out there. So anyway, thanks again.